October is my favorite time of year, when autumn takes full hold and jack-o'-lanterns begin to appear. I wouldn't say that I'm a big horror fan, but every October when Halloween draws close, I find myself wanting to dabble in the macabre, whether it be through movies or games. So for this Halloween, I dove into a game that has been rotting in my Steam library for quite some time, Darkwood. A game where you're trapped within a forest full of horror and the goal is to make it out alive. By day you scavenge for supplies to survive and for clues on how to escape, but every night you must return to your hideout, where a mysterious gas produced by your stove, where you also cook up strange mushrooms and odd meats into hallucinogenic serums that grant you various perks, which is rad, protects you from the forest that will literally eat you alive if you're caught out, and you spend these nights praying that your generator doesn't run out of fuel, because your lamps are the only thing keeping the darkness at bay, a darkness that can also literally eat you alive, and also that the fortifications that you prepared hold, because there's something lurking in the dark, and every night it will come, in many different forms, to test you, your sanity, and your courage. Oh my god. I'm dumb. Failure means death. But what does death mean in this game? Darkwood does something pretty interesting with its difficulty selection. It doesn't change enemy hit points, or the damage they deal to you. It doesn't even make items more scarce. It only affects what death means. In normal and hard, it means you drop in randomly selected half of your inventory, and you then go pick it up, which I find pretty boring. In hard, you have lives, and you can also consume a certain item to gain more. Lose all your lives and it's game over. Your file is deleted. But on nightmare mode, you only have one life, period. Die in chapter 1, and your file is deleted. Oh no. No. Oh my god. No! What do I do, bro? Die in chapter 2 though, and you restart chapter 2. Which I really appreciated, because not only is it arduous to make it to chapter 2, especially if you're playing on this mode as your first playthrough, as one does, but chapter 2 is an absolute nightmare, with the most difficult and most nightmarish enemies being constantly thrown at you. There's too much going on. Is it challenging? Yeah. I died and restarted chapter 1 11 times before finally making it into chapter 2, where I managed to only die once. With each death I would take what I learned and apply it to the next run, optimizing which items I would prioritize and how I would tackle certain enemies. I absolutely fell in love with this gameplay loop, playing this game for 5 days straight, ever determined to just make it through one playthrough, which the game itself varies in length according to howlongtobeat.com. If you just want to follow the main story, then you're looking at 18 hours if you know what you're doing. If you're a completionist, however, there's roughly 45 hours of content here, with a bunch of side content and little mysteries to solve. How long did my first playthrough end up taking me, you ask? 75 hours. And what possessed me to tackle the game blind on nightmare mode, you also ask? I wanted to do a spooky challenge for the channel. But also approaching games in this way is something I found myself doing more and more of as I get older. The older I get, the more of a challenge I want. I want the game to fight back. I want to struggle. Because the feeling I get by overcoming something truly difficult is far greater than the feeling I get through instant gratification. So much so that I'm now on the hunt for the hardest gaming experiences out there. If you know of any, please leave them in the comments below. I want to check them out. I also think a lot of it has to do with my gaming experiences growing up. I grew up with the Sega Genesis as my first console. Back then, permadeath was common, in the sense that losing all your lives meant restarting the game, and saving your game wasn't a feature in most games. The ones that did let you save didn't even save to the console, it saved to the cartridge, and required a battery that you had to replace with the help of a soldering iron in order to store the save data. This is something that the PS1 generation alleviated with the save cartridge, thank God. But man, there's something about that permadeath experience, and I'm happy to see that it still lives on in some form nowadays. Is it scary though? At first glance, the first thing I noticed about Darkwood is its top-down perspective and slightly pixelated graphics. There's no way this game is spooky, was my first impression. But I tried it regardless because I really love the vibe Darkwood goes for. It vibes hard. Even though it's a 2D game, it's chock full of amazing atmosphere and great sound design. It's downright disturbing in some places. I was on edge a lot, and it wasn't because I was anticipating a jump scare, because Darkwood doesn't have jump scares. This game does horror right in my opinion. They're immersing you within a constant ebb and flow of different nightmares within the main nightmare. Have you ever had a nightmare and awoken only to find that you're in a different nightmare? That's Darkwood. It's rad. And it's only $4 on Steam right now, so definitely do yourself a favor and check it out if you haven't already. It's a perfect spooky season game. Did I mention the shovel is sick? You know I love a good shovel. Eventually I stopped playing furniture Tetris in order to protect myself, which is OP if you do it correctly, but it takes forever. It's a Banshee. Well, I'm gaming until the Banshee shows up, but I'm not gaming anymore. And I dragged my lamps outside in order to face the darkness head on each night. I wouldn't recommend this be done in the last two hideouts though. The Oldwood gas protection doesn't extend far at all outside. Speaking of which, here's the most intense Oldwood's hideout night. Count how many of each monster you see. This night was crazy. In the swamp, you're better off using a shotgun, in which it doesn't come easy. Unless you're fighting these demons. Shovel, baby. In closing, I will leave you all with a poem by Steve McKee, titled, In Darkest Woods He Wandered. In darkest woods he wandered, one moonless stormy night. The tree limbs made him shiver, reaching out through lightning's light. The thunder rumbled in its deep warning, and spoke of dreadful things. For he was out on Halloween, with all its dark heart brings. His path led through the woods for miles, and eyeballs watched him travel. He could feel their wicked smiles, while trying hard not to unravel. Would he live another hour, or would dark forces take him down? Would they this traveler overpower? Did he hear hoofbeats on the ground? The thunder clapped, the lightning flashed, the tree limbs reached to slap at him. He heard the evil cackle while all his senses seemed to dim. The rain was in his face now, as the storm just seemed to grow. He was lying on his back, and how, he didn't know. The fear engulfed his total being, he couldn't even speak, and all the evil he was seeing only served to make him weak. He jerked awake and saw beside him another frightened form. Somehow they both were now together in this awful storm. He looked at her beside him and said with eyes quite wide, "I don't feel like sleeping out. I think I'll go inside." Happy Halloween, everyone. Damn it. Oh no! Bruh. You got me. No! Oh my god. No! Oh, it's still alive? Bruh. Bruh. Oh my god, bruh. Oh my god. No. Damn it. Oh no. I'm dead. Bro, no. Whee! Oh wait, what? What just happened? Bro, run! Oh my god. Oh, bro, no! This whole ordeal was streamed live on my Twitch channel, link in the description below. Hope to see you there.